So, I'm looking for a strap to go around that 2-inch pipe that I got there, 2 3/4 inch or whatever, so I can put the pulley on it. The pulley has to be able to hang and swivel. So I found these I have, which would be heavy enough, although unfortunately they're about 3 inches too short. Then I have this, which would be long enough. I'd have to cut a little bit off it. It's got a little angle on it. I mean, you know what that's made for, rafters and hanging. But at that point, I didn't really feel like ruining this and putting it into a vise and straightening it all out. So I went out to the garage, or the other shack, and I started looking around out there, and I found in my fence hardware, ta-da! So that'll go right around the pole, bolt it right into there, and I'm all set. So now we have the swivel for the pole. Yeah, buddy. I love it when a plan comes together. And everything works right when you're in control, if you know what I mean. If you're in control of doing it, you're making it work, you're doing what it has to do. All right? Not just me, but whoever that's doing it, everything goes as planned. As soon as you put somebody else into the fold, bingo, problems. Now, if I had a way of getting out there and doing my own thing and fixing the problem with the TV and cable and all that and the phone, I'd be able to fix it. I know I would. I wish I had another, I wish I had an Oscar Minor wiener. I wish I had another bushing to put in here, like I did on the other one. But that'll help eliminate wear on both the bolt and the pulley, if you know what I mean. Okay, this is going to go through here and get bolted in there. Now, on the other pulley, which is the same one, I found a bushing that was fit in there and that the bolt slid through, so I had a whole other set of movement so that it wouldn't destroy and rot through or wear through the bolt. What I'm talking about is something like this. See this little piece in here? Well, that's too big to fit in there, but I had something just like that that would fit into that hole. And then the bolt went through it. And it saves a lot of wear on the bolt and on the pulley itself. And that's what I was looking for. Alright. Now I didn't find, turn on the light here, hold on. Okay. I didn't find a spacer that really fit. I found this one. It's a little sloppy, but it's better than nothing. But then, going through some of my nuts and bolts, I found this. Now I don't mind if it has a little slop this way. So washer, nut, and we're all set here. Now I would prefer that to have a sleeve that would move versus stationary, but that will give me more wear, more time, because of the way it is. It's smooth and it's nothing that is going to start prematurely wearing. So that's it. Now see, something like this, that size to fit in here would be great. And then you put the bolt through it. So now this would be turning on the bolt as well. So there would be no friction anywhere. You know, for instance, if this was on this bolt, it's going to spin around the bolt as well as spin within the system. So it would be better yet. Just that it's a little sloppy. I'd like to see it a little bit tighter. However, I may use it. I don't know yet. So that's where we're at. I got to clean up the threads on these a little bit. This is a metric, but this is also a little bit thicker than this one. It fits a little bit better. This one's a little bit looser. But let me see. Oh, and then I have this one, which is also good. I'm out of everybody's picture here, I'm sorry. So that fits in there. So that's a good one. If I'm looking for that type of wear, I mean, you know, I'm just looking for something so that I'm not wearing back and forth on a standard size to where it's going to start wearing out. This is going to wear a lot less than if I had this in there with the threads on it. But like I say, this would wear less yet, because that would be in there and the bolt would be through that. So this would be spinning on the bolt as well as spinning within the pulley. So there would be pretty near no friction anywhere because it has two pivot points. So let's see what happens. Let me go clean these up real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so there we are. Am I on? Yeah. So I left it loose right now, but as you can see, it's got its own little swivel. And once I get it where I want it, I'll put a, yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. Once I get it where I want it, I will either put a tapper through it to hold it, or I'll put a strap around the bottom to hold it. Probably a strap around the bottom, because I want it to be able to turn this way a little bit, you know, if it has to. So if I put a tack right through it, it's going to be locked in. So I'll put a nice tight strap around the bottom. This here way it'll be able to turn, and this here way I have my swivel here, so I don't have to worry about it, and it's swiveling on a good nut or a good bolt. So we're all set. So tomorrow I'll drop the pole, slide that up to where I want it, and put a line through it. I might as well check all my connections up there on the light and the cameras and everything. And then once I get all that checked out, I'll put everything back up, and we'll be all set on both sides. And that's holding well. And everything seems to be pretty well copacetic. So, alright. That doesn't have to be there anymore. This is just a trimmer for trimming branches. I hung it on there because I had to reach up and get the line. But I'll worry about that another time. Alright. Then I noticed the boys have been doing a little digging, which I don't mind. It's here for them to do what they want. But they are doing some digging. I just don't want them to be digging and going and getting slivers. So I gotta watch some of this stuff. I don't want them to be getting hurt. So, alright. So much for that. Getting late, so I'll go in, work on that phone that I just bought, have them activate it, and do what I gotta do. Oh, Lance, you my buddy, huh? Whoa, you want to get petted? Yeah, you want some loving? Yeah, daddy's buddy? You daddy's buddy? Yes, you are. You daddy's buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Close his eyes. He just loves to be petted. He'll fall asleep and just lay there for hours. Yeah. He'll go to sleep. Yeah, he's going to sleep. And they all like under their front arms rubbed. Alright. So, okay. Alright. Time to go in.